Where do I even begin with this one? When I was a kid, just a young little headbanger before I was christened as the savior of metal, trying to navigate through life, I had but one dream that burned in my darkened metal soul like no other. This dream wasn't something stupid and boring most people would have, like solving world hunger or finding a cure for baldness. My dream was to perform on stage at a European metal festival with my own band, to unleash my inner metal madness onto a thrashing horde of headbangers. And just the other week, somehow to my amazement still, my dream came true. Not only did I get to perform with my band to our biggest and craziest crowd yet, but I also got to spend the full week at the world's best and most beautiful heavy metal summer camp watching incredible bands, relaxing in a gorgeous freezing river, ascending to the skies and flying over the festival, and meeting so many great people from all over the world. This was the greatest experience of my life. Words cannot possibly describe how incredible it was, but I'll give it a shot anyway, because the savior of metal has successfully slain the savage thrashers of the Socha River, and metal salvation has been saved in Slovenia thanks to the best fucking metal festival in the world. This is Tulminator 2024. So headbang the like button, stage dive onto the subscribe button, and windmill the video to your friends. If you're a fan of the channel and you'd like to show your support, consider becoming a member. Memberships are only 99 cents a month, and every one really helps me toward my goal of creating a life-size Godzilla to invade Canada. And now let me tell you about my first time performing to a European crowd. Of course, no heavy metal voyage would be complete without some stupid travel fuckery happening last minute and stressing everybody out, and this was no exception. The morning of my band's flight, we've been looking forward to this for a year. We wake up excited, I'm feeling refreshed, feeling good, ready for the adventure to finally begin, when I turn on the news only to see this.
A global IT outage crippling computer systems around the world.
It all stemmed from a system update by the tech company CrowdStrike. Many of you may have woken up to this blue screen on some of your laptops. It forced thousands of planes to a ground stop, creating massive lines and delays.
Fucking what are the odds on that? Who bet on green on that spin? The goddamn day we leave for Europe, our flight is canceled due to a, quote, accidental outage, unquote, caused by a whoopsie, quote, system update, unquote, that just so happened to affect all government systems only 2 days after someone tried to Lincoln Trump. And it was also 2 days before Biden's handlers made him drop out of the presidential race. What a strange series of totally unrelated events that I totally don't have a grudge over. Play out your fucking House of Cards season, fine, but leave my band's tour out of it. Anyway, fortunately, we actually could afford to lose a little bit of time, and all it would cost us is some unexpected globetrotting. Originally, we were supposed to go from California to Atlanta to Venice, Italy. What we ended up doing was going from California to Paris, then flew to Rome, where we would stay the night. Which is cool, none of us had ever been there, but we didn't have time to see anything, we didn't get to go to the Colosseum, but we did get to eat pizza at midnight under the full moon on the beach of the Mediterranean, and most tour guides agree that that's a pretty close second.
Dark Insanity is having midnight pizzas in Rome on the beach under the full moon. We're going to Tulminator tomorrow.
Legitness.
Then early in the morning, we hopped over to Venice, Italy, where the Tulminator Festival arranged a shuttle to pick us up. Yes, we were fangirling out over having our own shuttle to take us to a festival, wouldn't you? After about a 2-hour drive through beautiful hills and forests, we finally arrived. It took literally days to get here, but here we are. Tulmin, Slovenia. Man, what an amazing feeling it was to return here. I was last here in 2013, and you could say a lot has happened in the time since then. Back in those days, I was just a young little anxiety-filled metal adolescent scrapping by money to go to festivals I couldn't afford, little Bo Prick owned Metal Days and was well on his way to ripping everyone off and stealing money and forcing everyone to be vegan. Fast forward the time machine 11 years and I'm returning to Tolman in a much better festival run by honest people as the savior of metal. Not just going to see bands, but to perform. Never give up on your dreams, kids. Maybe pivot a little at times, but don't give up. As soon as we arrived, we met the Tolmanator organizers who showed us around and set us up with everything we needed. And I have to say, these guys are fucking awesome. They treated me and my band the same as the biggest bands at the festival, even giving us backstage passes so we could take pics with Tankard and watch bands from the stage. Now that was pretty cool. They were so extremely nice and welcoming to me and my band. Were always asking if we needed anything and just being awesome to hang out with. From top to bottom, they approached everything about the festival with care and quality in mind. I am not just shilling here because I played here. This is actually how I feel. I've been to a lot of festivals, and at Tolmanator, it was clear that the entire focus was on how fun the experience was for everyone. Nothing at the festival felt like a money grab at all. Every single person I saw, from workers to artists to fans, were in blissful spirits. Exhausted and dirty, yes, but thrilling excitement as well. Most artists performing here are only there for the day. They play until they immediately head back out on tour, but not us. My band and I were staying here the whole week like everyone else to soak up the experience and the sunburns. Tolmanator is not your typical metal festival where you'll go broke standing in an endless sea of mistreated customers just to watch your favorite band play 30 miles away with bad sound. Tolmanator is just 3,000 to 6,000 fans watching badass metal bands on 3 stages. Main stage in the forest under tree cover, second stage on the goddamn beach, which is where my band played, and a small but very fun DIY stage with local bands playing on the ground with skaters behind them and the crowd right in front of them. This stage felt like home to me and my band. It was awesome. No band conflicts at Tolmanator. You could actually see every single band here. Spend the entire day relaxing at the Socha River, one of the most beautiful rivers in the world and probably where Galadriel sailed down on that little swan boat during the floaty rampage. I think that's how the movie went. Splash in the river, relax on the beach, chill your beers in the freezing water, watch death metal bands while you freeze your balls in the Socha, and just have a good fun time all day. There's other beaches farther up that you can start at. Me and my band went really far up and floated all the way back down to the beach stage. It took like an hour. It's like Jurassic Park with metal bands. Seriously, those river flows from the Slovenian Alps, and holy balls, it is the most refreshing heavy metal baptism you will ever have. It does in fact get pretty fucking hot here in Tolman, so don't be afraid to dive in the river with all of your clothes on. You will probably be dry by the time you get back to your camp. Speaking of that, the camping at Tolmanator is great. There's the main campground many people set up at, but you can also camp in the forest here, under the trees where it's cool. It actually feels like real camping, and it takes about 10 minutes maybe to get anywhere. At Tolmanator, you can very quickly go from your tent to the stage, back to your tent, to the other stage, over and over again, and it really won't take you that long. Something else I really love about this festival is that it's so close to the town. From camp, it's about a 20-minute walk to the lovely little town of Tolman that is absolutely gorgeous. It's a quaint little place that looks like it's right out of a fairy tale. It's lovely to explore. It has several grocery stores, so you can easily get anything you need for your camp, like food and beer, which is food. But one of the best things about Tolman is the food is dirt cheap. It will piss you off how cheap things are here. At the grocery store, I bought bread, packet of sausage that was pretty big, 3 energy drinks, and some other snacks that I can't remember, and it legit came out to €5. What the fuck? I'm moving here. Local restaurants here are also very good and also very cheap, and it is so nice to sit down and have a delicious meal just a quick walk from the festival. Tolman is a paradise. I'm completely serious when I say I want to move here. I've been all over the world, and this place is special. The people are kind, food is good, everything is cheap, the scenery is unbeatable, and not the least of which because it has awesome fucking metal bands playing in the forest. That's the entire reason we came here. Several awesome bands played amazing sets throughout this week. First band of the festival for me was Jungle Rot, old school death metal legends that always deliver a heavy performance. Misery Index followed them for me and were one of the first bands to get the dust pits raging in Tolman and cause some serious neck injuries. As night fell over the festival, the headbangers felt tranquil darkness as Dark Tranquility took to the main stage, playing a wonderful heavy as fuck set that really kicked things off, and my band of old school grimy LA death metalers got to discover how much Europeans love melody and happy feelings. They commented on that several times. A metal festival is always better when you get to see Michael's joyous smile belting out growls pals. The headliner of night one of Tolminator was Testament, who played an incredible old school banger set. My band are real old school fans, and damn near every deep cut they said they wanted to hear got played. It was crazy. Testament sounds so damn clean live. Their power on stage has only increased over time. I was surprised here that Testament played an almost entirely different set than what they played in Milwaukee Metal Fest just 3 months ago, but hey, I'm not complaining. They destroyed that forest. I'm pretty sure I saw a squirrel mosh in the trees during Into the Pit. After Testament, the Tolminators could either hit up the Sweatbox techno after party that raged till 5 a.m., or they could wander throughout the campground making new friends, sharing drinks, not sure if they're hanging out with a metalhead from Germany or Bigfoot. My band and I walked around, and several times our interactions would go, "Hey, we're camped next to you, what's up?" And the other party would go, "Hi, drink this." That happened several times. Tolminator Day 2 didn't have too many bands I was really stoked for, to be honest, which actually is not a bad thing at this festival. This gave me plenty time to eat some good food in town, relax in the river, and have band practice back at camp. This is how we warmed up for our set. We saw several people walking by confused, thinking, what the fuck are those weirdos doing? This may have looked goofy, but I assure you it was helpful and a good practice. Don't think you're too good for a camp jam.
No, I'm gonna walk in and be like, Dominator!
Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up.
Don't tell me what to say.
I'm gonna tell you, Joe Biden.
After that, I still had some time before any bands I really wanted to see, so I decided to kick back, relax, take it easy, and jump off of a fucking mountain. Tolman is a big paragliding place, and I was always curious to try it, but last time I was here, I was too much of a pussy. But now, I am the savior of metal, and I had to do it in the name of epicness. This is not part of the festival, it's a separate thing, but it was advertised at the festival, and the crew for it did pick me up right outside of Tolminator. I was quickly sped up a tight, winding road, which is apparently just normal driving in Slovenia. Why do you all drive like that? Anyway, I quickly found myself on top of a mountain with possibly the most beautiful view in the entire world, getting ready to jump off of it. Now, I wouldn't say I was scared per se, but there were definitely some nerves going. It was a bit like going on stage. I did get a little bit of that oh shit feeling, but I was still fully ready to do it, you know, the savior ain't no bitch.
Aim for the bushes.
So what you do is you put on this backpack looking thing and you run as fast as you can downhill until you aren't running anymore and you're now soaring through the sky like a cat being held up in the air. This was nuts. I've never skydived before, so this was my first experience of dangling in the air by a kite, and it was wild. You're just floating in the air. It was actually far more calm and stable than you might think. It kind of felt like being on a giant swing that was really high up in the air. We soared right over all of Tolman and went right over the river, over the festival. I asked if we could land on stage, but he said it cost extra and I'm cheap. The whole thing took about 20 minutes or so, and landing was quite the experience. Enjoy my skinny ass legs falling with style. 10 out of 10 would recommend traveling by paraglide. It'll save you a lot of money on gas. After my graceful landing, it was a 10-minute drive back to the festival, right in time to catch Destroyer 666 on the main stage. Unholy Satan shit, they were grinding and badass as all hell. I love black and roll, grinding, evil, heavily punk-influenced metal that sounds like smashing a bottle over someone's face in a bar fight. Oh, it's so good. It was literally impossible to not bang your head during their set. It's just a law of nature, especially when they covered Iron Fist by Motorhead at the end of their set. Holy shit, I would listen to an entire album of Destroyer 666 covering Motorhead. That was great. The other band I was excited for on this night was the Church of Poland's favorite band, Behemoth. A band I've seen many, many times who always deliver epic theatrical death metal destruction. And I was pleased to see that they brought their pyro, yay. This set was actually fucking awesome. Behemoth managed to keep their set list exciting by throwing in rare gems, this time playing apparently the first song that Nurgle ever wrote for Behemoth, which I'm certain that I've never heard before, and god damn it was sick. They played crushing heavy song after crushing heavy song, and my guitarist, who isn't that familiar with them, was saying how much he was loving the set. And I remember saying to him, yeah, Behemoth is fucking awesome. There's just this one song that I really don't like. And right on cue, that's when they went into that boring ass song Bartzabel, or as I call it, Intermission. I mean, no offense, but that song is the audio equivalent of NyQuil. Why do they play it live? Aside from literally that one song, Behemoth's set was fucking killer. And like Testament, they were easily in the top of best bands of the festival. Except Behemoth Behemoth had fire, so that makes it even better. After Behemoth brutally baptized us with blasphemy, me and my band went straight to bed. Not together, but we immediately called it a night because tomorrow was the big day. We were to hit the beach stage at 2:20 and none of us were going to take the chance of being too fucked up to play. If any band member was too messed up to make the show, they were immediately fired, including myself. But we played it safe, we made sure we got just the right amount of fucked up, and we went straight to bed. Day 3. This is it. This is real. It's going down.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down.
First thing when we got up this morning, we got our stuff over to the beach and checked in with the stage manager. We were the 4th band of the day and had some time to kill before our show, so you know what that means. River hangs. It's a surreal feeling to be laying on this beach with my feet in the water, knowing I'm about to scream my own songs. I caught a couple sets from bands that were playing on the beach that day, and I managed to sneak in some of my vocal warm-ups while it was too loud for anyone to hear. Then, after one more river plunge, the time had finally come. It's funny, I do get some anxiousness before going on stage. Not panic at all, but just that feeling of like, oh shit, this is really about to happen. But once my bandmates started our intro, I was plunged into performer mode.
It's showtime.
I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this is literally the greatest moment of all of our lives.
on YouTube. Check out wyattsmetal on YouTube. Fuck yeah! All right, thank you.
Dude, we had a good fucking crowd. I was just hoping that the stage wouldn't be completely empty during our set, but after a couple of songs, we had a legit audience. There was headbanging, there was circle pits, water gun fights, this dude running with the floaty, and there was this little girl with her dad rocking out to us wearing a Star Wars shirt. You are my hero, that's awesome. It was incredible to see people chanting and headbanging to our songs that they don't even know. We only have 4 songs released right now. The rest of our set was unreleased stuff that we've only played live, and they were super into it. That's impressive. And the crowd was even chanting for an encore. Holy shit, we got an actual encore chant. While the crowd was chanting, we were all looking at each other like, we don't have any more songs. But tell you what, book us again and we'll have a lot more songs for you next time. Seriously, this is at the top of the list of greatest experiences in my entire life. I cannot thank the crowd enough for watching us and enjoying our set. I can't thank Tulminator enough for the invitation and the incredible generosity they showed us. You all made this little band from Southern California feel like rock stars for the week, and we will never forget it. And we'll be happy to do it again and again and again and again and again. And after we conquered the beach stage, we were free. Business was over and my band was off to get absolutely shit-faced. Just played Tulminator. That shit was fucking crazy. Awesome crowd, mosh pits, river. Holy shit, we're tired. Alex, how was it?
I'm tired, I'm energized, my mind done, my head in the pool. The river!
We're going in the river right now. Daniel, you liked it? No? Okay. It was hot, it was fun, we had mosh pits, we had awesomeness. Good times were had all around. I'm going in the river. And I was so amped up from performing that it actually took a couple seconds for me to feel cold. That was weird. I distinctly remember feeling ice cold on the very outside, but still burning hot in my internal core. But 10 out of 10 fucking would recommend jumping into lakes after concerts. In fact, I'm gonna do it after every show now. After me and the band had a group, holy fucking shit, I can't believe we just did that. We got our equipment back to the camp and then we returned to the beach for Necrot, who totally killed it and also had a big fun wild crowd. And yes, during their set I kept thinking, holy shit, I was just on that stage. They closed out the beach stage and the party moved up to the main stage for everyone's favorite toilet metal band, Goodalox. I had never seen this band before and I knew it was gonna be an experience. The audience was filled with inflatable poop emojis and bathroom supplies flying across the crowd. Metalheads are very sanitary people. Goodalox play brutal, fun death metal music while the singer sounds like a constipated duck. Guaranteed to bring the party and the plunger. And the crowds go totally apeshit for them. Fun times all around. Support your local plumber. After that excrement extravaganza was death metal legend Suffocation, whose sound is as heavy as a stink pit swallowing an elephant. Their music is crazy fucking heavy to the point where they blew out a speaker during a song. I was standing behind the stage with my friend when all the crew starts running up and we're like, oh shit, what we do? But the crew here are great. They swapped it out really quick and the show continued no problem. And it was quite a trip to perform to our best crowd yet and be super stoked about that. Then go standing up on the main stage and seeing those crowds and just being like, damn. Today wasn't just about death metal brutality, however, as this was also the official stoner day of Tulminator, as also on the main stage today were Dope Lord, Stone Jesus, and everyone's favorite Electric Wizard. And a very intoxicating fog floated across the Socha that might have smelled like THC. Once everyone was stoned out of their fucking minds, wrapping up this night were the Haunting Irishmen and Primordial, with their unique black and metal sound. I think the last time I saw Primordial was here in 2013. Damn, I just realized that. They should have played on the beach stage at like 4 a.m. when there's heavy fog everywhere. That would have been epic. But I really enjoyed seeing them again. Once Primordial concluded, the day had been conquered and exhaustion took over. Some of my bandmates went to the party in the after hours club again, but I passed out pretty quick. But that's okay because there was still one more day to go and it was gonna be an epic one. Day 4 of Tulminator dawns and it is the most stacked of all of the days. The bittersweet feeling of it all ending soon is pretty well balanced out with how awesome the day is going to be. I spent as much time as I could at the beach, starting off with a very lovely nap right on the water. Actually, it was really pleasant until I was woken up by the first band of the day. All the bands at the beach stage on the last day were pretty killer, with the standout to me being death metal act Chronic Hate. What was really impressive that me and my band kept commenting on throughout the entire festival was how good the sound was everywhere. Every stage, everywhere you were, whether you were in the very front or in the back or on the sides or in the river or on the stage or backstage, you could always hear every instrument perfectly. It was noticeably good the entire festival. The Tolminator team were really top-notch at every aspect of the festival. Every band had great sound. Any unexpected issue was immediately handled. Every band started exactly on time. Everyone behind the scenes at Tolminator were telling me how the main guys are fans from the underground. They come from the streets and have been doing shows for a long time. And they know what fans want, and they want to have a great time with them. And to further prove this point, the Tolminator guys started their own band that opened the main stage on this last day of the festival, and I loved it. How many music festivals out there do the organizers create their own band just to have fun with everybody? These songs were all really quickly put together and are more like fun hardcore anthems, but I thought it was a great highlight of the entire general vibe of the festival. It's all just for fun. Also, I talked with the singer who's one of the organizers of the festival after this, and he said that he didn't remember the show at all. After them, I took advantage of the backstage showers for the final time, washing the last bits of the socha off of me, then posted up at the main stage for a night full of metal badassery. Toxic Holocaust brought their punk metal madness that fit perfectly with this underground audience. After them was death metal legends Asphyx, and fuck, they're so good. Grinding, heavy, satisfying as fuck old school death metal that sounds like you're being beaten by steel. I loved their set. After Asphyx, though, it was time for everyone to get wild, wasted, and rowdy because the next band was Drunken Thrasher's Tankard. This was the one most of my band members were most excited to see, and we bumped into the singer backstage before the show. He said we could watch them from the stage if we wanted to, so I did absolutely. I'm not passing up on that. But my band wanted to be down here in the pit. Tankard were a blast. I hadn't seen them since 2009, and my band had never seen them before, and the crowd were drunk and European, so you know it was going to be a party. The crowd was crazy, Tankard were awesome, and I was just standing there taking it all in. After the Kings of Beer were the final band of Tolminator 2024, the Oakland OGs of thrash, Exodus. Everybody knows and loves Exodus. Gary Holt and the gang always get the pits moving and the hair flying. The magical forest was alive with moshing headbangers belting out thrash anthems in between beer burps, and with the Bay Area legends hitting their final note, Tolminator 2024 had gone out with a blaze of glory. Just a few final hours of taking in the Slovenian starry night, shining bright on the horde of headbanging heathens slamming down their final drinks, and it was done. The next morning was a bittersweet stroll through the now empty campground that had been alive just a few short hours ago, waving goodbye to the hills and the forest of Tolman before beginning the journey back home. And that, everyone, was Tolminator 2024. Truly an unbelievable, unforgettable experience for me and my band. As a band, we were treated so well by everybody. Tolminator went out of their way not only for us, but for everybody to make sure everything was going well and there were no issues. I seriously cannot thank them enough for inviting us to play. Getting to live out one of my lifelong dreams at my favorite location in the world for a festival, literally performing on the river to the biggest crowd we've had so far as part of such a badass lineup. The Tolminator team were great, hardworking fans of extreme music who put care and quality into everything. As a fan of metal and festivals, Tolminator was one of the best times I've had at a festival, and I mean that honestly. Not just because of getting to play it, of course, but every band was exactly on time. The sound for every band was perfect. If an issue came up, it was handled immediately. Everything was easy. It was easy to get around. No massive lines. Things were affordable. There were real bathrooms and showers. They had electrical outlets in the campground, free water everywhere, and of course, the unbeatable location. At Tolminator, you could relax in the lake with a cold drink, go paragliding if you want to, and still catch every single band of the festival. I genuinely cannot recommend Tolminator enough for everyone out there, whether you're a fan or a band. It is a must. And I promise I am not just shilling here because they let us play. I would still tell you if anything sucked, or if they had been bad to us in any way. But it really wasn't just me. I met so many people throughout the week who were longtime attendees and workers of the former Metal Camp and Metal Days, and I overwhelmingly heard everyone saying that this was their favorite iteration. It was bigger than last year and set up better while still remaining a relaxing, fun, summer vacation and not a chaotic massive cash grab. And as much as I heard people saying good things about the organizers of Tulminator, I met so many amazing people in Slovenia who had personal stories of Little Bo Prick, and not a single one of them had anything nice to say about him. In fact, this was a pretty popular shirt in the campground. I even got one. And so it was that the savior of metal commands with the highest of unholy metal authority that you all go check out Tulminator. One of, if not, the best metal festivals in the world. I cannot thank the Tulminator team enough. I can't thank my band enough for writing good music over my dumb screams and setting out on this metal odyssey with me. Thank you guys. And a huge massive thank you to all of you out there, those who support this channel and those of you who are at Tulminator. I met lots of fans of the channel, and that's always such a cool, humbling experience for me. It really means a lot, so thank you all. And a very special shout out to everyone who donated to our GoFundMe to help us make it out there. It absolutely helped us out, and we are eternally grateful. We will play a show in your living room, maybe. And to everyone who watched our set, you made our souls filled with metal and our asses itching to get back out there. So is Tulminator something you'd want to go to? Were you at Tulminator, and what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked what you heard of my band Dark Insanity, you can find us on Instagram, on Spotify, on all of the streaming platforms, on Bandcamp as well. We have our EP Rabid Psychosis out now. And if you like it, tell more festivals and promoters to book us, and maybe we'll come play near you. Subscribe to my second channel, Why It's Metal Podcast Clips, where I'll be uploading segments from my live podcast and podcasts that I do guest appearances on. We've got merch available for the channel and for the band. Now you can get Why It's Metal t-shirts, Savior of Metal hats, Dark Insanity t-shirts, Dark Insanity weed bags. We've got everything. Links for all of my stuff can be found in the description of this video. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.
Pizza party, bitch.
Party pizza.
Party pizza. Pizza party.